all of the time you want to get boyfriend and relationship.
Amen.
And parents, 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 I say no more. And see, the reason I'm talking about the young ladies, they are the ones who stand to suffer most.
Yes.
Don't go experimenting with anything.
Amen.
It is better for them to call you old-fashioned. Are you there with me, everybody?
Following, loud and clear.
I see the lives of too many individuals or young ladies, the lives that have been ruined.
Yes.
So we're talking about age. You see, someone once said that age is just a number. Can I submit to you tonight that if someone believes that age is just a number, something that we should know is that every number has its own value.
Amen.
Are you there with me?
Following.
Are you there with me?
Yes.
At every stage of the life cycle, our needs are different.
Amen.
See, I'm talking about relationships.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm doing. And if by chance there is a big difference in age, hear me now. A big difference in age can result in the inability of one satisfying the need of another.
Amen. Amen.
Are you there with me?
Following.
Are you there with me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
So what you want to understand, what you want to understand this evening, is that as you look for a relationship, the age range should not be something that is what?
Too high. Too high.
Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
So just to think about it, you are 25 or you are 29 and you are looking at someone who is 20. Now I'm just using an example here.
Yes, sir.
20 is 1 year older than being a teenager.
Amen.
You see, you have different likes. You have different appreciation. Let us go forward. Now, this was a 26-year-old girl, woman, Nicole. That was her name, right? Nicole Smith. Anna Nicole Smith. And she was married to this billionaire, J. Howard Marshall II. She was 26. And guess how old he was? He was 89. Ladies and gentlemen, hello?
Amen. Covered indeed.
Now let me just tell you this. There is one thing that I know is that post-mortem cannot bring back the dead. Look at this man. Watch his teeth. He ain't got proper hair. Listen, she is in that all for the
Money.
He's a billionaire. Tonight is our social night, so I'm just reasoning with you.
Yes, sir. No problem.
I'm
No problem.
preaching tonight.
No problem.
I'm reasoning with you, man.
Sir.
So you, young lady, you want to marry the man. You're 17, the man is 72. You're calling him your sugar daddy. But guess what happened? You may just be required to change a pamper. Hello?
Following.
Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
So let us move forward. Let us move forward tonight. I found this quote and I want us to read it. I find it quite interesting. Hear what it says. It says, men live longer if they marry younger women. That's what they said. That men live longer. Good. Reading with the reader. 2, 3, what it says.
A man's chance of dying early.
That's not everybody what it says.
A man's chance of dying early is caused by a fifth if his bride is between 15 and 17 years his junior.
Pressure. Pressure. They're saying that if you marry a woman who is 15 to 17 years younger than you are, I hear Sister Johnson say you get bun. And I'm sure that Sister Johnson ain't talking about no going at no fire and the fire, because there's a difference between burn and bun. Bun and cheese. You'll get a lot of cheese with that bun. Now what I'm saying here, by the way, we do not condone any bun, horn, blow, bite. These are all names that they give to them. But listen, you cannot afford, I see you have some old men. You want to look at those young girls out there. Leave the young girl them alone. Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Because some are some wicked old men.
Yes.
I'm going to talk about that under the tent.
Amen.
I'm going to talk about it. But this ain't going to work. So your age is important because you have about the same age range. You can play together. You watch movies together. Right? You can go to the beach together.
Same interest.
You can go at rigs and jump off from the cliff together. That's what you can do.
Amen.
But now when the man, old the man, walking with a stick, his back so, the man can't jump, the man can't even walk. Every time the man gotta get up, me back. No, I'm speaking truth tonight.
Amen. Loud and clear.
I want us to go forward. So, number one,
Education.
for you to have a successful relationship, make sure that age range. And those of you who are young, take note. Let's go forward. Number two is what?
Education.
Education. Now, let's go forward. A big difference in the level of education can cause a couple to do fewer things together.
True.
Listen, hear me now. You see, love is strong and powerful. And love transcends culture. Right?
Yes, sir.
Because love goes beyond ethnicity and nationality.
Amen.
Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
That's how powerful love is. But what you do not want, because for instance, I was born in Guyana. Donna was born in Sinkage. We met at university in Trinidad. There are certain commonalities that we have being Caribbean people. That's what it is.
Amen.
Yeah. You understand me?
Yes, sir.
There's some commonality there. Now, hear this. In terms of, because I want to stick here, let me just stick right here. In terms of education, I am not saying, because we were talking, I was talking how love transcends. So I met this girl, I love her, she's not from my homeland. So love does that. But hear this. I'm reasoning with you tonight.
Yes, sir.
You see, as it relates to education, just imagine for a moment if I am a PhD,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, permanent head damage. No, because the truth is that I might be PhD and the girl might be PhD also, but they're different PhDs. Now what happens is this. Because there's this great disparity, the girl, if you are there, you're dating someone, you are a teacher, the person doesn't know their ABC or the alphabet. When you have to go to certain places, because you see there's some professionals, they don't take their spouse certain places. Because guess what happened? You have to hide them.
Oh, wow. That's sad. That's very sad.
Sometimes they cannot engage in the level of what? Conversation. And then because the person cannot engage in that level of conversation, sometimes you're now condescending on the person. But that's the person that you took in the first place. So what you want is to make sure, and we're not talking here just about book sense, you know. Because I recall, I married a couple. The young lady was a head of department in the science at a secondary school. The guy, he did not have any degree or anything. But hear this, he had some CXC subjects. And of course, because of circumstances, he never had the opportunity to do what? To further his studies. After she got married to him, she made sure that, listen, he went to do his AC, that accounting stuff. That accounting business. And then the next thing, she made sure that he went to university. So guess what happened? They were able to what? Come on par with each other. But sometimes you find yourself taking somebody that you just can't get on par with. When you want to listen to the news, the person wants to sit there playing some video game. And the other thing is this, you see, you're going to be engaged in what? Separate activities, because you'll have different groupings of friends.
Amen.
Because remember, birds of a feather what?
Flock together.
Birds of a feather what?
Flock together.
They flock together. And because you're going to have different activities, so just imagine that I'm going out everywhere. I'm going by myself. Sister Donna, she is going somewhere by herself. So she's going to start to have what? Friends there. And I'm going to start to have friends where? Here. And then there is somebody who would be planted there. I'm going to start to talk to that person. I'm going to be spending time with that person. And she's going to be doing the same that way. Amen. So you make sure that you're on the same footing. And if by chance you decide, hear me now, you see, don't take for granted what I'm sharing with you here. Wow, that's a lot of pictures we're taking out there. Yeah. The flash working real good. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if by chance you decide to take someone, you gotta understand that you gotta work with that person. Amen. Let us move forward quickly. Let me just try to see if I can pull things together very quickly here so to send you. It doesn't sound too nice up there. Let's go forward. Help. Make sure, I remember a long time ago. Okay, let's read this passage and then I'll tell you the story. Let's go. 3 John 2. Reading everybody, 2, 3, what it says.
Dear friend.
What it says?
Dear friend.
Uh-huh.
I know that you are spiritually well.
Yes.
I pray that you are doing well in every other way and that you are healthy.
And that you're what?
Healthy.
And that you're what?
Healthy.
Now let me just tell you this. Don't get into any relationship with a sick man or a sick woman. Love? No. Don't tell me about love. I recall I took a young lady home. That's what I did. And she was there playing with my little cousins and so on. The only thing my mother ever asked me about her, what is her health status? I said, I don't really know. Because my mother recognized that she was playing there, every minute she would stop, with this kind of heavy breathing stuff. That's the only question my mother asked me about her. The only question. Because if you marry the man sick, you got to go through what? Life with that sick man or that sick woman. Amen. And then while some might be physically sick, you see you get some who mentally sick. Amen. Make sure. Listen, watch at the health status of your partner or your potential partner. Amen. Hope a whole host of single people were here tonight. Are you there with me?
Oh, yeah.
You gotta watch what they eat. Yes. If they want to go to KFC all the time, and to Popeyes, and to Burger King all the time. You hear who is a mock. That's it. Listen, you have to watch at those things. The person doesn't want to exercise. The person just wants to drink and eat and sleep. And the person is, now listen, I would never body shame anybody. I'm not going to do it. But you have to understand, as we live, if you recognize that somehow things are changing, do something about it right away. Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
Don't just gaze at the photographs. Do something. I told you sometime last week that we are what we eat.
Yeah.
And health is important.
Yes, sir.
Because taking care of a sick person can make you sick.
Amen.
And lots of time, the person who was well, they actually die and leave the sick person. You guys are there with me, everybody?
Following.
You guys are following me?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go forward. I'm sending you home in a little while. Sending you home before 9 o'clock tonight.
Culture.
Next is what? Culture. Now, I'll tell you this. In this multicultural world, culture is relevant to the success of a relationship. Some cultural differences are simple and can easily be solved. But then there are others that are complex and they need to be carefully resolved to facilitate a successful relationship. So let me share with you, while we were in Trinidad studying, I remember there was this young man. I think he was living somewhere in Tortola, the British Virgin Island. He was dating a young lady from Tobago. And we were having a conversation and they started to talk about cooking green fig or green banana. Now listen, where I am from, we do not cook green banana, period. We don't cook it. Aha. So now let us just talk about this. And this is for us when you understand cultures. Because there's some cultures that would do certain things and embrace certain things, and you cannot for the world understand why others aren't doing it. And then there are other things that another group would be doing, and you would say how they could do that.
Yes, true.
So when the conversation started, I had no contribution because we don't cook and eat green fig or green banana. We eat ripe banana. Period.
Amen.
So now, this guy says that when they are cooking it, they would peel the green banana, then he boils it. The young lady said, the young lady said that they peel and boil. The young man said that, listen, we would normally boil the stuff in the skin. The young lady's response, his girlfriend's response was, that is nasty. Now follow me here.
Following.
The cultures deal with the green banana or green fig differently.
Yes.
But when the statement was made that cooking the green fig in the skin or the green banana in the skin is nasty, what she was doing in essence was attacking indirectly his culture, his great-grandmother, his grandmother, his mother, his sisters, all of them who would cook the green banana in the skin. She is saying that that is nasty.
Following.
So there are some things about culture, the way we say certain things, the way we do certain things. And if you just decide to listen, if you decide to go and marry a Javanese, those men from the island of Java, or you just go to marry a Chinese man, you can't say that you want to marry a Chinese man, but you don't like to hear Chinese people talk. Now, I had a friend, he was dating, he's from St. Kitts, he was dating the young lady from St. Lucia. And for the life of this young lady, she hated the Kittitian accent. So I was not surprised when the relationship broke up. Because if now they went into marriage, guess what happened? That's the way the fella is going to talk what? All the time. And then when they have children, the child might take some of daddy's accent. Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
So culture is important. How you greet and everything. So just don't go and marry a man and somebody want to go to Pakistan, or you want to just leave Jamaica because you think Jamaica hard, so you're gone and marry a man just to get away from here. Hello? It happens. Yes. It's like I saw a documentary. The Pakistani woman is getting married to a French man. Right? Guess what happened? The man didn't even know what you call the language that they speak in Pakistan. And she didn't know a word in French. Right? And they're getting married. So just imagine, he wants to eat curry every day. And she can't stand the smell of curry. Are you there with me? Let's just go forward. I have 15 more minutes with you. Family values. So I've spoken to you about age already. I've spoken to you about what else?
Culture, education.
Education, culture, and now family values. You see, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I'm saying the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Make sure that the same family values that you would want to model, you can see it in the life of your prospective mate.
Amen.
You see, family influence. If by chance this young lady and her family, they are cantankerous.
Amen.
Hello?
Yes, sir. Following.
All of them, they like to cuss out.
Right.
Cuss out in the street, abuse out. Hello?
Yes, sir. Amen.
You go and marry her, what do you think you're going to get?
Okay.
The apple don't fall far from the tree. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I remember, and no, this one ain't on family values, but family. This young lady, she came from out, no, this young man, he came from out of town, came into my town where I was living, and he saw this young girl, he didn't know nothing about her. Just saw her, he loved her, he wanted to date her. But guess what happened? It's 5 of them in the family. 5. 1 girl and 4 boys. And here what happened? All of the boys, they are physically challenged. Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
We used to say handicap in those days. Now listen. Boy, let me just say to you all.
Yes.
A word to the wise is sufficient. If she got 4 brothers and all of them hello?
Amen.
You know, it's like sometimes they would ask, you got twin in your family, right? So somewhere down the line, twins would come again.
Yes.
Right?
Amen.
Donna is a twin. Not identical. Right? So twin is in the bloodline.
Amen.
Listen. She is the only one who came out goodish.
Said I.
Listen. Something is in the pipeline. What I'm saying here, watch families, you know, some families, the children not doing any work, they're just lazy. The young ladies can't even pick ackee. They don't even know how to clean the ackee. If she know how to clean the ackee, how she gonna cook the ackee? Are you there with me?
Yes, sir.
She can't make the dumpling, right? She can't even make the potato pudding or nothing. Family values. It is very important because when you get into this, if you ignore it, for the young lady or for the fellow, his mother is doing everything for him. Mother washing for him, cooking for him and everything. And let me just say, if I have some young men in the hearing of my voice here, learn to do some things.
Amen. Amen.
Let them learn to boil the water. And teach your daughters the thing too, you know. Because Sister Johnson, I know of a young lady, the mother put the egg to boil in the water there, and the mother sent the child, go and take the egg. The girl went with a fork and she pressed in the egg. She come and say, Mommy, the egg I'm boiled yet it's still hard. Family values. Let's move forward. I promise them I'm sending them home before 9 because we're getting some lightning temperaments. Listen, in short, ladies and gentlemen, there are 4 temperaments.
Tell us.
4. 2 are people-oriented, 2 are task-oriented, 2 are extroverted, and 2 they are more introverted. So the people who like to be to the front, and then there are others who just like to be in the background. So let me explain to you quickly here. The very first is the sanguine. And the sanguine is an extrovert and is people-oriented.
That's it, preacher.
So the sanguine is someone who is always out there, the life of the party.
Amen.
And the sanguine likes to mix up with people and so on.
Amen.
I'm talking about how important it is. So hear this. I am sanguine square. I like my little time, but me, I don't be in the life of the party. I don't go and jump around in the so I don't do my thing and so on. But now, I'm going to talk here with everybody. But before I say something else about it, let me just look at certain weaknesses and certain strengths of the sanguine, and then I'll tell you something else. Let's just look. Go. The person is very what? The person is outgoing. What else? The person is what?
Talkative.
Well, minus this from me. I'm very talkative. You have to add to that. The person is charismatic. You know, bubbly. Now, that's strength. But weaknesses, now, the person could be what? Self-centered. Yes? Self-centered.
I am the party.
No?
Impulsive.
Could be very what?
Impulsive.
You don't reason through everything at times. Because there are weaknesses and there are strengths. Next, it is what? The person could be very restless. They can't stay in one place for too long. But hear this. Now, if this individual, okay, so now this is a people person.
Sanguine.
Yes, the sanguine, people, right? And very extroverted, outgoing. Let me go forward to the next and then I'll tell you. Now you have the choleric, who is an extrovert, but this person is a task-oriented person. This person wants to get things done. They're not really interested in doing what? In people's feelings. And sometimes your boss might come and say, I want this done. No. They're not even concerned if your mother died or anything like that. Let us just look at their strengths quickly. Now, the person is practical. The person is a is decisive. The person is a go-getter. The person is a born leader. The person can get things done. But look at this now. Look at the weakness. The person can be very what? Impatient. Could be insensitive. And could be what? Demanding. So, just imagine that I am what? I am this person. Like everybody and so on. And then, what is going to happen is that your spouse, the person you're with, is a behind the scene person. So you're talking to everybody all over the place. And the person just sit down in a corner, moping, because you don't got no time for me. Y'all are following me?
Yes, sir.
Good. Let us look at the other two. So those, we have the phlegmatic. So the phlegmatic is an introvert and is people oriented. So though the person is an introvert, the person loves people, being hospitable, etc. That's what the person likes to do. Let us just look. The person is easygoing. The person is supportive. The person is what? A pacifist. The person like peace. That's what the person like. The person is, okay, good, you know what? That's all right. They will just give in. That's what can happen. Now, let us go now. In terms of the weaknesses, the person is what? Loves to procrastinate. Always late. No. Indecisive. And the next one, prefer to stay with